was up. Today we are doing top 5, well, my top 5 favorite card games. That's right. That's what I said, card games. And a lot of people I know out there may not know card games, but I was a very strong fan of card games ever since I was a kid, and still am. If you've seen my last review, you might know what's coming up. So, here they are, my top 5 card games, and here number 5 is YuGiOh. I know that it's a very pretty conventional game, not Nintendo YuGiOh specifically, but YuGiOh in general. Now, there's been a bunch of spin-offs of YuGiOh, and they're trying to, ramp it up, but classic YuGiOh, when you play it with a group of people, it's pretty fun, it's pretty entertaining. All the rules, all the sets, you have to learn it pretty quick, but once you get a hang of it, you can really screw someone over. Remembering the rule that you have to say YuGiOh when you get one card, and getting people to trick you up, it's fun. It's fun with friends. It's, a conventional game, but it's one of my favorite conventional card games. These other ones are going to be a little more selective. Number 4, you probably saw this coming. Bada bing, bada boom. Magic the Gathering. Now, I haven't bought Magic the Gathering cards. I've only bought them a few months ago. No, last year, yeah. But yeah, I never got into it. I remember when I was a kid, grade school, people were playing them. I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea what was happening, and it didn't interest me. But as I got older, it started to interest me a lot. The artwork was amazing. This play style, and if you want to know more about why I like it, see my last video. But I only play with a couple friends. I don't do tournaments or hardcore shit. I just like to buy cards, look at them, collect them, build a deck. It's fun. It's fun customizing your own personal set, and I'll get more into why I like that. And number 3, freaking YuGiOh. Oh my goodness, I have 2 more tubs of these cards. My god. This freaking got me into gaming in general. The YuGiOh cartoon was one of the first cartoons I've ever watched and was amazed by. And I just love the card game so much that when I saw that was an actual card game, holy crap, I have to buy this. And I bought a pack, and the rules made no sense. And let me give you a little history of YuGiOh. YuGiOh started as a manga, which is Japanese cartoon-ish drawing, kind of like a comic, but black and white. It started off as that, and I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that it started off as just a spirit who liked to gamble, who played games, not just a card game, but was playing games with people, and he was helping this kid, but he was gambling with a bunch of people, playing different games, and tricking them and winning, because he's the master of games, not just trading card games, of all games in general. And that was a cool idea. But one game they played was called Duel Monsters, and that took off like hell. Then it took off so much when they just based the series about a card game, and that's what started the whole meta culture of Yu-Gi-Oh and card games. It's what started it all, really. And it's pretty funny because in the beginning of the show, there were no rules. There were no rules at all to the game. And then once they actually decided to make a card game about it, they were like, oh, holy crap, we have to freaking write down some rules. And I just remember at the beginning when they were selling the card games, I tried to play, I didn't read the rule book, I tried to play the show and it didn't work at all. But it was so fun. The characters, man, when I think about it, when I think about Yu-Gi-Oh, it just brings a smile to my face. Even though I don't buy the cards anymore, I can still look at a pile and just smile, because customizing your deck and having a personality that fits you, it's just a great concept. That's why I like Yu-Gi-Oh more. Magic the Gathering should have a TV show. It would get much more popular. But that's pretty much a step up. You go Pokemon cards, and then Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then Magic cards. I kind of skip Pokemon cards because that's kind of stupid. Alright, number 2. Munchkin. This is a hilarious game. It's pretty much, if you know what Dungeons and Dragons are, and if you like comedy, you're gonna love this game. It's pretty much, this game kind of doesn't have much going for it other than it's freaking hilarious. It makes fun of dungeons, it makes fun of Dungeons and Dragons, it makes fun of RPGs in general, it just makes fun of the whole equipping things and like powering up because of items and like races and classes. It just makes fun of all of that with a great cartoon style and whole crap load of expansions, whole crap load of themes that you can buy for this game, like zombies or superheroes or Star Wars and like, oh my gosh, secret agents. It's just, you can see the heart and soul that went into this game because it's made by a person who loves this type of games. He loves this games and loves when he can make fun. It's a parody. It's the parody of card games. And I said earlier how I love, you know, comedy. And if something can make me crack up and be hilarious with my friends, just playing with each other, then I love it. And this game is actually pretty fun because the whole point of this game is that you can play power-ups on yourself to fight monsters, and you can play monsters on other players and power-ups on those monsters to screw them over. Because once you're dead, you're dead. The other players can loot your body and steal your hand. But you can also bribe people to help you by any means necessary. It's pretty much the person who owns the game can pretty much manufacture the rules to have they feel the most fun it is. It's kind of like a no-rules game, really. There's some set ground rules, but it pretty much encourages like experimenting with the rules, doing what this wants, doing what this wants. What do you think this card can do if you go on to that? It's like great experimentation, and I just love it. If I had more money, I would get all the expansions, but I'm poor, so I have two. But it's wonderful to play. And this next one, it's wonderful to play, not just with people who love RPGs, but people who love everything. Just people in general, actually. So number one, Apples to Apples. My goodness, this is a fun game. Not only is it a fun game, but it's so simple. You just play a card, play whatever card you have in your hand, and it can be the most hilarious game. It all depends on the people you're playing with. You can tell how fun your friends are by playing Apples to Apples with them. But you can literally play Apples to Apples with anyone. Your friends, your family, your cool friends, your nerd friends, anyone, anybody, old people, young people, kids, grown-ups, anyone can play this game, and everyone does. It's the funnest game. Funnest, most fun I've had, because I just play it all the time. You can play at retreats, friends come over, you know, parties, parents, you know, it's just all around fun. And all the variations where like you play it on the card and you can pick the opposite of what's there. It all depends. You're trying to guess the person. It's like psychology, kind of. It's like really small percent, but it's kind of psychology. What do you think they'll pick? You know, it's interesting like that. And I also want to give a shout out to a game I don't have, but truly enjoy watching people play. Words Against Humanity. It's pretty much Apples to Apples, but you must be 21 or older to play. It's like swearing, cussing, there's like AIDS and herpes and like, oh my god, it's so funny. It's like, what did I take to Mexico with me? And other people would put down like AIDS or like cancer, like Britney Spears, or like like a monkey shitting, like it's stuff like that. And it's freaking hilarious. It was sold out. I couldn't get it for Christmas, but if you find that game out, go look it online. It's really fun. You can create your own cards. Man, it's just games like that that allow for that customization that I really love. All these games, including Uno, but you know, Uno's fun to play over and over. All of these games have great customization. And they're simple. They're not overcomplicated with so much things that you can do and you're gonna have to sort out which one you have to look online for a guide. No, you can just go with whatever. And that's kind of what I like in video games, and that could be represented in card games too. More card games and board games need to be recognized in this world. And I'm trying to help. Well, join me next time for when I do another top 5, probably. See you later.